fully noble doctrine of the Buddha and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the most venerable members of the Mahasangha, dear Dhamma friends, let me at the very outset express my gratitude to Mahabodhi Society, Bengaluru, for inviting me to this auspicious occasion where we celebrate 102nd birthday of late Acharya Venerable Buddharakita Mahathero. So we also are very fortunate to see these beautiful activities here at the Bangalore Mahabodhi Society. Now it has spread the wings to every nook and corner of India, and sooner they will also expand their territories to the other continents as well. And I've heard late Acharya Buddharakita Mahathero, the founder of Mahabodhi Society, Bengaluru, has been inspired by this book, Dhammapada. That is how he became himself a Buddhist. And what a coincidence today, we launched the Dhammapada Kannada version. Now I have to speak about Dhammapada. In 1894, there was another wonderful son of Sri Lanka, Anagarika Dhammapala. He established Mahabodhi Society of India to propagate the Dhamma, especially to restore Buddhism in India. He wanted to rescue Buddha Gaya. Those days it was not so comfortable for Buddhist people to go there and, pay respect to the Buddha, to meditate there. There were challenging situations. And Anagarika Dhammapala, he fought very hard and he rescued. And now all of you and I and people from all across the world can come there, meditate there, pay respect to the noble qualities of the Buddha. So I would like to mention this name as well, because this land is also called Mahabodhi Society. Bodhi means enlightenment, right? So I'm sure Mahabodhi Society, Bangalore, also can produce lot of enlightened beings. And it is so inspiring to see so many young monks being trained here very systematically. And these monks are taking us to our childhood days as well. I remember when I was a young Samanera monk, we also were trained just like that. Every single morning we used to wake up and do a lot of temple activities, cleaning, cooking, and many other things, apart from the chantings, meditations and all. So I do see that exactly the same way right here at this very beautiful, holy place. And thanks to late Acharya Buddharakita's amazing view, now this place is functioning so very nicely. Just a couple of days ago, we visited Mahabodhi Meditation Center, a beautiful place where I think around 58 people, if I'm not mistaken, can meditate in separate cells, separate kutis. And I heard all those uh, temple places have been designed by the late Acharya Buddharakkhita himself. And yesterday we also went to another temple, Dhammaloka Buddhist Vihara in Kumtur. So that temple was offered to the Mahasangha as well. So we see the flourishing activities of Mahabodhi Bengaluru. They do have so many things that we really can appreciate and be benefited. So you are so lucky to have a center like this in Bangalore. I can also say Bangalore people are very much like Sri Lankan people. Skin tone, almost the same. And also the language, pretty much the same. I mean the script, goal, circular shape. And also I can see the people, their face full of smile and compassion. I hope because you didn't have any war for a long time and you have been living very peacefully, comfortably for a long time. And also I heard this is the Silicon Valley of India. So I come from Silicon Valley of America. We've seen those activities as well. Chandrayaan went from here, right? So a lot of science, modern technology are very much exposed to this part of the world, and people are very wonderful. I think this is a gifted place. The weather also is really ideal for peaceful people. I wish you all the very best. So why Dhammapada? That is the topic given to me. Why Dhammapada? Why spiritual path? Dhammapada is a small book, or 26 vargas, 26 chapters, and there are 423 stanzas, Pali Gathas. And I also had the privilege to recite the Dhammapada along with the Mahasangha members here. And this Dhammapada Utsav has been established by the Bengaluru Mahabodhi Society not only to propagate this book, but also to propagate so many other Dhamma-related activities. So Dhammapada is one book that you all need to have with you. Okay? Now you can also have this book in Kannada, and the book has been translated to many, many different languages, and all the Buddhist schools in the world have Dhammapada. This is one thing in common to all of them. Whether it is Mahayana or Theravada, Vajrayana, they all have Dhammapada with them. And I'm sure in Hinduism, they also have something called Bhagavad Gita. It's pretty much like Dhammapada. We do have so many things in common between Bhagavad Gita and Dhammapada. And I really, really recommend you read this Dhammapada every single day. At least read one chapter. Read slowly, read line by line with the meaning, and you will be so inspired all by yourself too. So there are very, very inspiring statements in this beautiful book. The language itself is very, very old. Ancient classical Pali language. The Pali language, when we talk about the Tipitaka, Pali Tipitaka, the canonical literature, it belongs to different parts in the course of its evolution. Dhammapada, Sutta Nipata, and very few other texts we can find that belong to the the most ancient period. The Dhammapada in that way is really an important text of Buddhism. So, Dhammapada, we have chapters. The first chapter is called Yamaka Vagga, the pairs. You can see many different pairs in Dhammapada. So please remember at least few stanzas of Dhammapada. And Apamada Vagga, the heedfulness. Chitta Vagga is about the mind. If you want to learn some topic of Buddhism, you can't really escape Dhammapada. You can always go to Dhammapada if you want to give a speech about Buddhism, or even in life in general. Just go through the Dhammapada. There are enough resources in this beautiful little book that you can find some answers to many questions. Uppavagga, the flowers, and then Balavagga, the fool. Who is the foolish person? You can find out. And then followed by Pandita Vagga, the wise person, and Arahanta Vagga, the perfect one, enlightened one. Then we have Sahasa Vagga, thousands. Papa Vagga, evil. Danda Vagga, violence. Jara Vagga, the old age. Atta Vagga, the self. Loka Vagga, the world. Buddha Vagga, the Buddha. Sukha Vagga, happiness. Piya Vagga, affection. Kodha Vagga, anger. Mala Vagga, impurity. Dhammatta Vagga, the just. Magga Vagga, the path. Pakinnaka Vagga, miscellaneous. Niraya Vagga, the stage of woe or hell. Naga Vagga, the elephant. Tanha Vagga, the craving. Bhikkhu Vagga, the monk. Brahmana Vagga, the holy man. Very interesting topics, right? And I remember when I was a young monk, we were also asked to recite the Pali text in memory. So I used to learn many Pali texts when I was just like these young Buddhist monks, novice monks. So I could finish the entire Dhammapada in 26 days. So I used to learn by heart one chapter in memory. Right now I don't remember all of them, but I can easily feel the connection whenever I hear many Dhammapada stanzas. It's really inspiring and really wonderful. And when we gave Dhamma talks, when we were little, we were also asked to give Dhamma talks. And this Dhammapada, every single stanza of this Dhammapada is connected to a background story. So we call Dhammapada Katha, the commentary of Dhammapada, treatise of very inspiring stories. So it's really nice to learn so many Dhammapada stanzas. And young monks, you can also give Dhamma talks on Dhammapada. Have you tried? No? You should try. Yeah, Dhammapada. Yeah. Okay, good. And also, I would like to invite our learned lay scholars and the other people, teachers may be there. You can also give some inspiring speeches on the basis of Dhammapada. Really wonderful stories are there. Do you remember the World War II? When that happened, when World War II ended in 1948, there were a lot of animosity against Japan. Japan was one country that initiated. Germany and Japan, they initiated the Second World War, and the other countries were really fighting against them. And at the end of this, it is said there was a World Assembly of Leaders, and Sri Lankan president, it is said he gave an inspiring speech based on Dhammapada. I hope you all remember that stanza. Nahi verena verani sammanti dha kudachanang averena cha sammanti esa dhammo sanantano. Hatred is never appeased through hatred. Hatred is appeased through non-hatred alone. This is an eternal law. Esa dhammo sanantano. So he was His Excellency Mr. J.R. Jayawardena, and he is the one who gave that speech. And after that, the Japanese government was so happy, and they built his statue in Japan. I visited that place as well, and they offered a hospital to Sri Lanka in return as a token of appreciation. So all the Dhammapada stories, all the Dhammapada stanzas are really, really wonderful. Remember the first Dhammapada stanza, any of you? Can you raise your hand if you remember? I'm sure all the monks know that. How about the lay people? You remember? Very good. Yes, nice. Shall we recite? Mano pubbang gamadhang ma mano settha mano maya manasache pasangnena bhasate va karoti va tato nang dukkhaman veti chakang vahato padang. Sorry, I made one mistake. I remember it was Paduttena. So that Pasannena was the second stanza. Over here, mind is the forerunner of all evil state. So whatever we do in our life, whatever we think, we say, we do in our life, if there is some evil intention, what will happen? What will be the all the beginning of this root cause of this action and the words? What is that? The mind, right? Mind is the forerunner. We have it already in the mind, and then we will say, then we will speak with all the polluted words, right? Harsh words. And then we say things, we do things with these evil thoughts. So the mind is the one. Manomaya. So now we do have a lot of things here. We say made in India, made in America, made in Japan, right? But really, where is it made first? Mind. It should be mentioned made in mind. All these technological gadgets, all these beautiful paintings, and all this, you see these things, everything is not right, made in India or made in China or made in Japan, actually made in mind. We designed everything in mind first. Manomaya. Mano settha manomaya. Mind is the supreme. Mind made are they. So, if one speaks or acts or think something, what will happen? The karmic action will be generated accordingly. That whatever you do, if you do something good, the good will follow you. If you do something bad, the bad will follow you. There is a beautiful simile as well. Chakkang vahato padang. Just as the drought, the ox, the ox is followed by the wheel of the cart. Right? Wherever the ox goes, the cart also follows. Wheel of the cart also follows. Just like that. Whatever bad karma we do, whatever bad words we say, the karma also will follow us. So it's really nice. And the other one, if you do something good, the second stanza say, because it is in pairs. So the second was Manasache pasannena bhasativa karotiva tatonan sukhamanveti chayava anapayini. What is chaya? Shadow, right? Now you can see the shadow, right? But where is the shadow when it is dark? You can see the shadow, but shadow is still there, right? Shadow will never leave you. Others will leave you, but shadow does not leave you. Never ever. Even if you die, the shadow is still there, right? Shadow will follow you to the graveyard. Shadow is amazing. It never leaves us. Just like that. If you do something good, if you say something good, the good karma also will follow you. So that is the second stanza. That way there are so many really, really wonderful, inspiring stories as well. Related to this, it is said the first one, the bad karma, how the bad karma did follow one man when he was an eye surgeon. There was a surgeon long time ago, many births ago, this man was a surgeon. And then what did he do? He did a very bad karma. When one poor lady came to him she wanted to get some medicine for her eye, and she didn't have money, but she promised to make herself available to him as a servant for the rest of her life if he cures the eye. And then the doctor cured the eye. Doctor gave some medicine, and then after getting the medicine, the lady was recovering, and she thought, oh, now I have to become a servant for the rest of my life. And then she changed her word. She went back to the doctor and she said, Doctor, I can't see it anymore. My eye has become worse. And doctor knew she is playing a game with him. Okay, I will give you another medicine so you will be fine. And he gave a medicine that blinded her. See the course of bad action. And so this person, both of them died after a while, and long time later, many births later, this eye surgeon became a monk. He became a monk. He was kind-hearted. He did a lot of good things too. And he became a monk, and then he was meditating. He was very hard, very diligent monk. And that time when he was meditating, he didn't want to sleep. That was the determination. No matter what happened during this Vasa time, rains retreat, I'm not going to lay down. That was his promise. And there were other monks too. They took, they slept. They also meditated with him, but they didn't want to stay awake. And after a while, this monk had some irritation in the eye, tears rolling down, and there was a doctor in the village, and he came, he examined him, and he gave some medicine to him, asked him to lay down and apply the ointment, and he was quiet. In Buddhism, we have wonderful something called noble silence. If you don't want to say something, just keep quiet. Whether you agreed or not, other people don't know. So you stay quiet. The monk was quiet. He did not apply the medicine while laying down, because of which his eyes became worse. And the karmic energy was so amazing, and he became enlightened. Along with that, at the very moment of his enlightenment, his physical eye became blind. You see the power of the karma. One time he blinded one woman, they said. So he became blind even at the time of his enlightenment. So the story is really long, but this is just in summary. So there are many wonderful stories like that. The Buddha said in the Dhammapada again, Parechana vijananti maya metta yamamase yecha tatta vijananti tato sammanti medaga. People fight. People fight with each other. Countries fight with other countries. Families fight with other families. Villages fight. Tribals. All those quarrels happen. Even individually we fight with each other. So the Buddha gave a very, very powerful teaching to us. He says, those people who know that they die will not fight. Why should we fight? Because we are dying. We don't live forever. Then if we don't live forever, the Buddha asks, why do we fight then? We live for a short time. The life is so full of glorious uncertainties. We don't know when, where, how we are going to die, right? So why should we fight? Forget about fighting. Those people, those wise people who know that they are going to die, they never ever fight. They never ever quarrel. So they know how to forgive. Can you forgive? Yes, very wonderful. If you can directly say, honestly say, I can forgive anyone, that will be so heartwarming, very, very wonderful. You can talk to yourself, I can forgive anyone, no matter what those people have done to me. Why? Because I'm not going to live forever. Why do we have enemies in our life? We should not have enemies in our life. Never. Because enemies can harm you in so many different ways. They can spread gossip about you, all the wrong stories they can generate, right? So better not to have enemies around you. And it's okay, even if they say something bad, you just try to, find peace within you. It's okay, it's not my karma, right? If something is saying bad about me, who is generating the bad karma, you or the other person? The other person, right? But what happens if you try to react to that? Who will start doing the bad karma? You also. The moment you react to that, you will also be the owner of another bad karma. So you need to think, one skeleton said something to another skeleton. Okay, I am a skeleton. Literally, I am a skeleton. And then the other skeleton said something to me badly, and it's okay. I'm not going to live forever. So I can forgive. And that is how we maintain our inner peace. And if you can maintain your inner peace, you can also never get angry. Can you not get angry? No. It's hard. It's hard, but you can if you try. You have to be mindful, you have to work hard, and please do it. Try it. Try it from today, one whole week. You are not going to get angry, even with your children, with your husband, with your wife. You're not going to get angry. Try that. And it will work. The magic will work within you because your system will be so pure when you do that. Your brain waves will function smoothly if you do that. And your heartbeat will be very healthy. Your nervous system functions smoothly, and your face will start to illuminate more. Your aura will be visible to others when you don't get angry. So don't get angry. You don't need makeup anymore. You will naturally brighten yourself when you are a patient person, when you are a kind-hearted person. Dhammapada is a treasure trove of Dhamma, where so many inspirational stories are there, so many wonderful teachings, countless teachings are there in Dhammapada. If you want to know about a wise person, if you want to know about foolish person, if you want to know about enlightened person, Dhammapada is the way to go. It is the first book you need to touch. Go through that, and you will always find something or the other there. So, I don't know what the time is. The time? Okay, yes. I think it is time for me to stop here before you getting angry. The organizers also may be losing their patience if I keep talking. And we can keep talking about the Dhammapada. So please be inspired by this wonderful text, Dhammapada, and may you always be benefited. May you always be blessed by the Noble Triple Gem. May you all be well, happy, healthy, safe. May all your departed ones also share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe, wherever they are. May you and your loved ones, your teachers, your elders, your friends and relatives all be benefited, blessed by the Noble Triple Gem. May all of us be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thinking thus, please keep your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.